Hi, I'm Carly, the owner of Bomb Braids and Styles Beauty Bar, and this is African-American-Made.
How are you today?
I'm fine, and you?
I am doing well. Thank you so much for allowing me this opportunity to interview you. Won't you tell me your name and the name of your business?
My name is Carly. I'm the owner of Bomb Braids and Styles Beauty Bar, located here in Phoenix on 35th Avenue in Northern.
Thank you so much for that. And how did you decide to get into the business of cosmetology? Won't you give me a little background?
It was pretty much instilled in me. My mom did hair when I was younger. I kind of watched her and learned from the best, and just transitioned it to be my own. I've been doing hair since I was 11.
Since 11 years old. Now, what were you doing at 11 that was so bomb?
Well, look, watching my mom, I had tons of cousins, so I had tons of people to work on.
So you had it's just like in the neighborhood, in the city, it permeates. Everybody, coming up have to have some kind of,
Yes.
skill. And
Being from Detroit, we like the hair capital, so we love hair, we love doing hair, and that's what my passion was.
so regardless of whether or not you're actually in the business, there are still skills you pick up that, you can still pick up a few dollars. If
Absolutely.
You want to. Okay. And how did you transition from Detroit to here? Tell me how that happened for you.
I have family here, but it was just a point where before I moved here, my daughter at the time, she was 3. And Detroit isn't a bad place to be, but it just wasn't somewhere where I wanted to raise my child. I wanted different for my kids, so I relocated. My family here encouraged me to come. They let me know that the need for me was here, so I relocated 10 years ago and I haven't looked back.
That's what's up. And what part of Detroit are you from?
Tricky question. I'm from both sides. My mom was from the east side, my dad was from the west side, so I went to school on both sides. I lived on both sides, so.
Okay, now for us non-Detroiters,
Yeah.
what's the difference? And I don't want to cause no turf beef or nothing by asking this, but what was the difference between the east and the west side?
Ooh. The difference is really just, it's like central. It's just one street is the difference, but people tend to think that, you act different. If you're from the east side, it's more hood. And then the west side is supposed to be like the more bougier area.
Okay, so that's the upper middle class.
Yes,
okay.
yes.
Don't cross the tracks type thing.
Yeah, it depends on where you at.
Okay.
And who you asking, actually.
Okay, and so tell me about your education and your journey through cosmetology school before actually becoming a professional. Where'd you go and how did that work for you?
Well, I went to high school in Detroit, high school called Chadsey. And at that time, we had vocational schools where we can go from the 10th to the 12th grade. So I took up cosmetology as my trade, and I graduated from that in my 12th grade year. I went to a vocational school called Bright Off and took up the trade cosmetology. I took that for 3 years and I graduated. I got that certificate along with my diploma.
Okay, so you didn't go to a cosmetology school, traditional cosmetology school. You went through a program through high school.
Yes.
Okay, that's cool. And you didn't have to do anything after that? I mean, besides,
No, I gained all my credits and everything during school.
Okay, cool. And did you go straight into the business from there, or did you, what you do from there?
I didn't. I just started working. I took up another trade as a medical assistant. So I've always worked, but I always used hair as my hustle. So it was something that I always did on the side to be in addition to what my 9 to 5 was.
Understandable. Okay, so after high school, you got into cosmetology. However, you picked up some other trades as well. But doing hair was always been either a main job or adjacent to another job for you.
I actually, up until 3 years ago, I never worked it as a main job. It was always something I did on the side.
Oh, okay. So what inspired you to start your own beauty salon, take that big leap and get starting your own business?
Well, I knew it came a time where I had lost my job and I knew then I had to stick to what I knew. I became a traveling stylist, traveling all over the city, all over the valley, different places, and my clients then, they promoted me, I promoted myself, I created a logo. I reached out to a girl that had a location because I knew then I didn't want to be a home-based stylist anymore. So I reached out to her, she had a location, I started working with her, and everything else just started falling into place. My phone was constantly blowing up, I couldn't even work, so I had to make the decision to do what I had to do. So I stopped working and became a full-time stylist.
I wish all of us had that problem. We just had so much work that we had to figure something out.
Yeah.
So that's pretty awesome. So that's a testament to what kind of professional you are, right? I mean, you must know what you're doing.
Yes.
So what are your what type of services do you provide in the salon?
I provide natural hairstyles, braids, weaves, ponytails, different things like that.
Okay, and you mentioned earlier you also specialize in natural hair care. Talk about that for a little bit, for those who are not familiar with the difference.
Natural, when you're natural, you don't have any products, any chemicals, no relaxers, no perm. You're pretty much, the hair that you were born with is what you're using. So we promote deep conditioning and getting your ends clipped, light heat, and things like that.
Okay, and you mentioned light heat, just stressing on light heat.
Yes, like you don't want to over process it. We'll blow dry it and silk press it, but it's all in how often you come. You don't want to come too often to burn your hair out because it's already hot out here.
Okay, so coming from Detroit and living here, what are some of the major differences you find in what people prefer in hairstyle, considering the difference in climate? Well, Detroit probably has 4 seasons.
Yes.
So kind of give me your professional outlook on that.
Well, out here being as though it's scorching, nobody, especially black women, we do not want to deal with our hair. So braids are key essentials out here. Long braids, small braids, big braids, braids up in a ponytail, any way that they can get the braids, that's what is big out here.
Okay, and do you find that natural hairstyles are more preferable? Is a more preferable thing going on? Is that a trend, or is it kind of like what and what?
I would consider it being something for a season out here. Natural hair in the summertime is not the best. So typically with my clients that's on that natural hair journey, they'll wear braids and things like that during the summer months, and then they'll go natural during our winter months.
Okay, so there's a whole system here.
Yes.
We brothers, we got so much to learn about this. We just enjoy the hairstyles. Okay, so I'm going to impress you a little bit right now.
Okay.
So which do you prefer, box braids or knotless braids? You thought you were going to get it.
I prefer knotless. I prefer knotless braids just because, like I tell my clients, it's so different from when we used to get our hair done as kids. Like, I hate to get my hair braided. I'm tender-headed to this day because of the tension, how tight the braids used to be. So with the knotless braids, it's a method to where it's no tension. You can put your hair right up. You don't have to worry about your hair bumping up, or you can't sleep and gotta take an aspirin or anything like that. So I prefer that for clients like myself who are tender-headed.
Okay, I want to talk about your shop. You have a very nice place here.
Thank you.
How did you find it, and what was the process for you? Was it very difficult for you to get it up and running?
No, it actually was an easy process. So, like I said, I had worked for a girl in a salon, and just before, I was working there for a couple months, and she ended up buying this building. So she was going to turn this building into the salon and our old building into a nail salon. That ended up happening, and right when that happened, the pandemic happened. So the girl that I worked for, she wasn't a stylist in the salon, but she owned it. A very young girl. She inspired me actually because I seen her doing it, And I'm like, she's young, she got it going on, I know I can do it. So during this time, it was a bit much. It wasn't profitable for her, so she kind of reached out to me and let me know that she was looking to sell and did I want to buy it. And I had been working in her salon the longest, so I jumped right on it. And it was an easy transition. I already had been working here. She linked me with the landlord, and actually yesterday was my birthday. Yesterday was made 2 years since I've been owning the salon.
Well, congratulations and happy birthday.
Thank you.
So that's amazing. You went from not even thinking about owning a salon
Yes.
or going into business for yourself.
Yes. I lost my job first. That's what kicked me off.
Okay.
And then in the process of me being a traveling stylist, I found a job, which what I thought was a good job. I was only working 3 days a week. So I'm like, okay, I got plenty of other time to work, but it had became, the demand for me to do hair had became too high. Like my phone was ringing, and I had to make a decision. One morning I woke up, I have 2 kids, and I woke up late, and it kind of threw my whole schedule off. So I sat there and thought long and hard, like, was I gonna take my baby to the daycare? Was I really gonna take my daughter over to her friend's house? And at that point, I didn't want to do it anymore, so.
Okay, that's good. Thank you so much for that. And you decided to go into business for yourself. What were the steps that you needed to go through in order to get your building up and things like that, and get the place looking the way you wanted it to look? Or was it turnkey? Did you just walk into?
No, it was a different color. It had a whole different vision when I first got here. It took some time, but I made it to how I wanted it to be. And I took my time with it, and the transition came out perfect.
Yeah, looks really nice here.
Thank you.
So how did you come up with the name Bomb Braids? Or you just that bomb with it?
A little bit of both. No, me and my friend, we were trying to brainstorm, and I'm like, ooh, what am I gonna name the salon? And so I have been doing her hair for years, and a lot of my clients tell me like, oh my God, people see my hair and they're like, your hair's so bomb, them braids is bomb, them braids is bomb. And she was like, friend, that's it, Bomb Braids. I'm like, yes, that's it. So I'm trying to think more into bomb, when really bomb means building on my brand. So with that, that's exactly what I was doing. So it was perfect.
So the acronym you found for
Yes.
it
fit perfect.
Yeah,
Yes.
that is nice. That's a very good combination there. So currently, how many operators do you have in your shop?
It's me, I have a kid braider, I have another braider, and I have like a part-time barber.
Okay, and you have a pretty robust social media presence on
Yes.
Instagram.
Yes.
So do you, obviously I know you advertise on there, but
Yes.
do you post all of your styles on there for
Yes.
people to see?
Yes.
Okay.
I try to post daily. If not daily, it's probably like every other day. Sometimes at the end of the week, I'll like post everything that I've done for the week.
Oh, that's how you do it. Okay.
Yes,
So you
so I
gotta
have
stay on it.
Facebook, I have a hair page on Facebook, I have my personal page, and I also have an Instagram.
Okay. I find it. I can't keep up with all that stuff. So, do you find yourself getting more clients by people walking through, walking by your business, or soliciting on Instagram?
It's like word of mouth, or on Instagram or Facebook. I get a lot of phone calls like, oh, I seen a girl in the beauty supply, I seen a girl at the grocery store, and I seen her braids, they were beautiful, and do you do this, do you do that? So it's different things like that.
Okay, cool. So you built your clientele long before you actually opened your doors.
Yes.
Did a lot of them follow you here when you opened the doors?
Yes.
Okay, so
Yes.
now they had a place to come to.
Yes,
right?
yes. They went from, I have some clients that I've been working with since I've been here, like working at different jobs and call centers. You meet so many people and you tell them what you can do. So I do have some clients that have been sticking with me for the last 10 years.
Oh, cool. And tell me what your journey has been like in just being a business owner, a black business owner, woman black business owner. What has the journey been for you, just your day-to-day operation?
The journey has been amazing, actually, because there was a time that I thought that I didn't have what it takes to be what I am today. Only because the trends changed so much. Like, there's so many different things to do in hair. The hair business is so big, but I know that it's a skill that I can't deny. It's easy. I'm more hands-on, so once I see something, I can pick up on it. So it hasn't been too hard of a transition, but being able to be booked out, and I've done weddings, I've traveled. I'm also opening a mobile salon in Detroit. I have a 10 by 30 trailer in Detroit that I'm renovating right now.
Oh, man.
And I'll be traveling more so on the East Coast and the Midwest with that towards the end of this year.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So what are you're just going to have someone manage your shop for you while you're off doing
Well,
your
the
thing?
shop pretty much runs itself as far as like the bills and things like that. That I do that, but I don't necessarily have to be here in order for it to run. The people that work here, they have their own clientele, their own businesses. So I just really give them the space.
Okay. So let me ask you this, since you mentioned Detroit and other places. What made you make the decision to do the truck in Detroit versus in Arizona? Is it because there's not much of a market for that kind of thing here, or what was your decide? What made you decide to do it that way?
By me having the salon here, I figured that I don't have a salon in Detroit, so I figured that's like my mobile salon where when I'm there, I can use it, or if I want to pick up and go somewhere to a different state, I can do that. So I don't really see the need for it here because I have my salon as my home base.
Gotcha. I see what you're saying. That makes sense. See me, I would have had 4 trucks out there in the salon and nobody would be showing up. So that's smart.
Yeah.
So where do you see Bomb Braids going from here? I know you just gave me some things that you're working on.
Yes.
So maybe you answered the question before I got to it, but where do you see yourself in 3 to 5 years?
I see myself opening up another salon in another state. I've been thinking, I don't know where, but I want to go where I'm needed.
So where can we find you and where you're located?
I'm located on 35th Avenue in Northern. Address is 3593 West Northern Ave, Suite 10. I'm also on Instagram at stylesby__Carly, that's CARLIE LLC.
Okay, great. And just for people who are inspiring to do the same thing as you did, what kind of advice you would have for them in getting their own business up and running, beauty salon?
I would say take your time, don't rush. My motto for myself is what's meant for me will always be for me. So when things come easy, they don't always come easy, but when they fall in your lap and the direction is clear, take it.
Okay. And you are a mother?
Yes. I have 2 daughters, 6 and 13. They don't want to do hair anymore.
Yeah, because I was going to ask, that must be a great example to show them how to be young business owners and see mom out here doing it like this. It must be something, that is something that they can grasp onto, whether they want to go into hair or not. But just learning how to be a business person. Do you bring them in with you?
Yes.
Do you drag them in considering
yes,
they don't want to?
Yes, I do. My daughter, she'll sweep up the hair for me. I opened her a store here in my salon, so when I open my business, I open her a business as well. So she sells chips and cookies and sodas and things like that. I let her save her money up and I give her all her money on her birthday.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Planting that seed. I love it.
Yes.
So you have all these aspirations to open up in other locations. You've been here for about 2 years now. What do you think sets you apart and your salon apart from other people out there that are doing it?
I would say just my drive and my work. My work speaks for itself. And when you want good work, it's people all over. So I feel like it's so many women here. Like how I feel what the next person is doing never interferes with what I have going on, because the industry is so big. But when your work speaks for itself, the people is going to come.
I understand that. That makes sense. So in terms of supplies and inventory and things like that, you don't have to give me any names because I know it might be a secret. But how easy or hard it is for you to get the products that you like to use on your clients?
It's pretty easy. It's a lot different because we used to only work with certain products, but now more products are coming out. I'm open to trying new things. So sometimes I go back home and get some supplies that I like to use on my clients, but for the most part, they have everything I need here.
Okay, I was going to ask you that, did you find that a place like Detroit, which is a predominantly black city, do you find more of the things that more African Americans use there than you do here?
Yeah.
Well, I guess it really doesn't matter. You can always order it. But,
Yeah.
So do you find that there are products in like a place like Detroit that you can find there that you can't find here in the Valley?
Yes. Different type of hair brands and different type of products, different spritz or oils and things like that.
Is that more expensive for you, or does it make any kind of economic impact on the store having to get it from, have it come from somewhere else?
Sometimes I can get it myself because I actually travel to Detroit every other month to do hair.
Wow.
So I'm in and out of town. I go for like a week every other month to service my clients in Detroit.
Okay, so you're trying to, you're just like going to be the household name around the country.
Yes. Yes.
You're going to get flew in just to do hair, all right?
And have.
Okay. Now, I know there are some styles that you say that you predominantly do, but I want to talk about some of the other styles that I don't really see too many other salons. You're like the 4th or 5th salon I've interviewed. Do you do a lot of lace fronts?
No. It's something that I'm branching off into, but that's a whole different industry.
Okay.
It's big. That's what it's taking the wig game and everything to a whole nother level. Mm-hmm. Everybody wants a realistic look. Everybody wants baby hairs. Everybody wants it to look like it's coming from your scalp. I can do it, but it's just not something that I've indulged in completely.
Okay, because I talked to earlier people that I interviewed, giving me game on the whole hair industry. So there are lace fronts for men as well.
Yes.
And that's becoming a highly requested trend as well.
Yes.
Do you think you're missing out on that?
I don't think I'm missing out, really.
Okay.
There's
enough work in the other.
It is different. It is something that I would like to do, but I just haven't.
Okay, fair enough.
Actually, it depends on who you talk to, because I've talked to some friends that have bald heads, and I'm like, let me try it. They're like, you're not putting no hair on my head.
Keeping my bald head.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I may have asked you this already, but I'm interested in knowing, do you see the trend going more toward natural styles, or is it staying kind of in the full hair range? I'm trying to be nice.
It's a toss-up, because I do locks and things like that, so that's natural, and that's a big thing as well. Everybody has locks and things like that, but us women, us black women, we love our extensions. We love weave, we love it to be long, we love it to be colorful. So it's about the same.
So that's not going anywhere?
No.
All right.